I'm Big Bob.
And I'm Ann.
What's up? What's up? I'm
Hey.
Big Bob.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ann.
Hey, what's up? I'm Joe.
Joe Bisogno, Mr. Goodcents.
Uh-oh.
Finest sandwiches in town. Right, Joe?
Absolutely.
Say it with a little more conviction this time. Best sandwiches in town.
Absolutely.
Wait a second. I have always been fascinated with your story because I think it is one of the great American stories ever told as a business person, from a business perspective. Where did you go to college?
Absolutely didn't.
Really?
Bingo. Good answer.
Yeah.
When did you, what job did you have before you were Mr. Goodcents?
I was an entrepreneur.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Who was the last guy you worked for?
I tried to make myself never work for anybody. I always work with companies. So the last person I worked with was Mr. Kroc, the founder of McDonald's.
You worked with Ray Kroc.
I work with, yeah.
Well, you must have been down the hall, a different building, different city.
I was all over, yeah. I was all of the above.
What kind of guy was he?
Wonderful.
Was he someone you've tried to emulate?
Not emulate, but respect. Absolutely respect.
Did you respect him because he was successful and wealthy, or did you respect him because of his drive?
I never looked at anybody as wealthy and didn't respect people for wealth. I respect people for who they are.
What a superstar you are. How long did you work for him?
I didn't. I worked with them.
Oh, sorry, I remember that.
I don't listen very well.
No, you don't.
I don't.
That's okay.
How long
I do.
were you in his
I worked at McDonald's for 11 years. I told them I'd stay for 10 after I worked for a year. And after 10, you get your own McDonald's restaurant. So I had that opportunity and I decided to start my own business because before McDonald's, I was in my own business. And during McDonald's, even though I never went one day in college, I taught college credited courses for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I added up all my credits, I have some sort of degree to put on the wall. And then I'd be like you probably have one in here. No.
Do you remember, I'm sure you do, one of our backstories is you started a school of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and I said, please let me get involved with it.
Mhm.
And you said, okay. And he said, you asked me, what do I want to do? And I said, I'd like to be a guest speaker. I'd like to be a guest motivator, and I'll do it for free. I just want at the end of the day to be in the first graduating class and be an honorary doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could be Dr. Big Bob.
Oh, there we go. PhD.
PHBBB.
Pretty happy dude.
Right. How did you start Goodcents?
Boy, I wrote a business plan.
Okay.
Yeah, but something
Yes.
tells me, you said you're an entrepreneur, but
Sure.
I got wind that you've had this drive since you were a kid. Like you actually had a lemonade stand when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And so did you
I
know
had
from
a
the
lemonade
beginning?
stand. I had a couple of gas stations. I had 2 car lots in Las Vegas. I bought the Texaco lot, the gas station on Fremont Street, and the first Ryder truck rental ever in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I was 19 by that time.
This is one of the great American success stories.
Ooh.
I mean, truly.
Well, no, success is not business. Success is life.
This is one of the great stories about building a successful business in America and part of the American dream.
Now, I can agree with having an opportunity in America is like no other place in the world.
No other place in the world at any time.
Correct.
Unique times we live.
See, no matter what I say, he's going to say something better. or try to, but
Try to
That's
improve
that's
it.
because
It's
that's
okay.
because that's the only way I can one up you.
But I'm curious because of everything that you've accomplished, and obviously at
Uh-huh.
a young age, were your parents influential in this? Did you have people
I
that were
actually lost my parents when I was a teenager.
really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So my life was, me against the world. I either made it or I didn't.
Did you have extended family that helped you, or was it just like you were
Not
thrown to
really.
the wolves?
No, I threw myself to the wolves.
Wow.
When I left corporate America, everybody I knew said, I have 5 siblings. My ex-wife had 7, I should say 7 siblings and 7 siblings, 7 in both our families. Every one of them said, don't do it, don't do it. My father-in-law said, are you crazy? You've got more than all my kids put together working in corporate America. They love you there. Why are you going to leave? And later, after I did everything, and he said, aren't you glad you listened to me? And he and I are still, we're still great friends. We lost him about 4 years ago.
Father
Great man.
knows.
Yeah,
Father
great man.
knows. You had the drive. You had owned and operated businesses before Goodcents.
Uh-huh.
How many businesses have you started?
A lot.
How many? This is a question I've been practicing to ask you.
Okay.
You've started a lot of businesses.
Mhm.
How many have failed? How many have been successful? That word again. And why do they fail and why are they successful?
Well, if I was going to describe failure and describe success, I'd probably describe it differently than most people.
All right, let's use your definitions then.
All right. The only way you would understand it, or the average person would understand it, it's kind of different. See, if you have an accounting person, so I'm going to take you on a little trail.
Right.
If you have an accounting person and you buy a house, so this is your house, right? And you bought this house for $150,000 when you were young, right? So you own this house. Everybody wants to sell this house for $200,000 and make money. Why? You own it. It's $150,000. You already made the money. You own the house.
Right.
So if you sell it for 200, you made a little more money. If you sold it for 100, you still made money. You got $100,000.
Right.
You don't need to sell it for 200. You just need to learn how to own it. Once you own it, then you can do whatever you want with it. Is that a pretty good secret? Now, accountants would tell you you're crazy. You're losing money. You could make interest. You could do this. You could do that. But the reality is,
It depends.
when you own this,
Yeah, but it depends on the
they
rest
can't
of
take
the,
it away.
it depends on the rest of the circle, how badly you need other money for other things.
Yeah.
Well, if I own this, I can get money anytime I want. Just
You
call a
can-
bank up, get it.
Right, and put it on mortgage on it, another mortgage on
Yeah.
it, right,
Sure.
leverage it. What has been, we'll just put it.
See, that went right over his head.
No, not really.
See,
Not
if I
really.
if I explained the real reason behind it, then he really would have been lost. But I tried to use accounting because most
Thank
people
you.
go.
Thank
yeah,
you.
It's all right.
I've been an investor in a lot of businesses.
I'm an investor in a lot right now.
Right.
I just bought into 2 last week.
A new what?
2 new companies
2
last
new
week.
companies.
Wow.
What industry?
One is to eliminate people from vaping and smoking.
I'm interested.
Yeah, so I bought into that company. And another one's AI.
Oh, I've been using that
Nice.
lately.
Well, I bought into this company a year and a half ago, and then I sent them more money Friday because, wow.
It's a game changer.
Woo!
It's a game
It
changer.
changes everything.
It's going to
Silly.
change more than the phone changed things and the computers
Everything.
change more than the microwave.
Yeah.
But I can tell you,
More than the internet.
as a writer,
Yeah.
AI somewhat intimidates me because
Mm-hmm.
I feel it might replace me.
Well,
Now,
nobody can replace you,
Well,
Ann.
not from that standpoint, but from a professional standpoint.
A human being can't be replaced.
But the
a
work
human-
I produce can.
No.
I guess not the emotion behind it, and
Mhm.
the creativity behind
See,
it.
all those things.
But I've been forced to use it at my job in some respects, and it kind of makes me nervous.
You know, it's funny. When I got in the restaurant business, everybody said, man, oh my God, aren't you afraid of competition? Competition?
That's what makes
And you know what I said?
this should be scared of
You
me.
got to be kidding.
They're scared of me.
Who in their right mind would open a restaurant they were worried about competition?
Right.
Right? It's always going to be there. There's a big difference between opening. Why is McDonald's still here in the #1 fast food in the old days, quick service today, restaurant in the world? Because they did things that others can't do. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it.
So you have competitors here in town,
Yeah, if you eat
4 or
food,
5.
if you sell food, you're my competitor.
Subway
That's not my
sandwich
competitor.
stuff. Other
McDonald's
Subway
my
guys,
competitor.
other Subway type stores.
Bar and Grill's my competitor. They sell
Oh,
food.
I understand. The grocery stores your competitor,
Yes,
right? The movie theater is probably your competitor too,
yes.
because they sell popcorn.
Yeah.
So
I don't sell popcorn.
no, you don't. Not yet. If you could figure out how to do it, you might try.
I know. I can tell you all about popcorn. People don't eat it over 84 degrees temperature. I tested for McDonald's. I tested for Mr.
Really?
Croc. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I tested popcorn.
So is there another sandwich type store that is almost as good as yours?
They're all as good as any other competitor.
What's the
What they
difference?
can't
then?
do is perform as
Right.
well.
How many stores you got now?
We have 67 locations open, 17 opening because we just restarted franchising last year.
Are they regional or are they across the country?
We're nine states.
9 states.
Tough business franchising. I know. I've been there and done that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You supply all the food, the paperwork,
Well,
everything.
Our
Your
vendors do.
Your
Yeah,
vendors
our
do.
approved vendors do.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they buy it directly through you, or do they go directly to the
They
vendor?
go directly to the vendor. We negotiate the big deal. They get the benefit of it.
Beautiful. That's the way the system works.
Mhm.
What is the most exciting venture you got going right now?
Wow, too many of them. I think the one I'm the most passionate about. Goodcents Goodcents is
Always
always
number
number
one,
one,
right.
always, bar none.
Right.
But the one I'm most passionate about is ticks.
Ticks.
Yeah, I think ticks
My
are on
aunt-
this
my
planet.
aunt had ticks.
Yeah, I think not that ticks,
Okay.
not the cultural ticks. The
Right.
ticks. I think ticks are going to be worse than COVID to the American people
So
and to
you-
human beings.
So you're trying to find cures.
I think I have ways of eliminating ticks. I need to get our CDC to listen to that and
All right.
understand it. And we've validated it, and we've had USDA out, and we've had the CDC out, and we've had K-State out, and we've had KU out. And boy, they're all like, I can't believe this is happening.
You go up against the government in a lot of your
Never
business.
against.
You go up, press up against them.
Never against.
Of course, you're working with them,
Correct.
right?
You're
They're your
learning.
partners.
See, if we all work together, we
can
win.
we can accomplish.
and if you go to your
one-
government and give them a really good idea, they're going to take it and do it themselves, and you're
Right.
going to get nothing. You can't get mad over that.
No.
You got to look at it and say, yeah, shit, I don't have to tell anybody that was my idea. Just let them do it.
You know, great
It fixed the opportunity.
Great ideas don't care who the authors are.
Yeah.
They're just great ideas.
Notice I said it fixed the opportunity. Most people would say it fixed the problem. No such
Fixed the
thing as a
opportunity.
problem.
You're
You
right.
know, somebody once said to me, gave you an idea, and I just tore it in half. I said, this idea sucks.
Mhm.
And he says, instead of doing that, take the idea and cut out a corner that you don't like.
Mhm.
Make a little hole in the middle of the opportunity that you don't agree with.
Mhm.
There's something there worth value in this new idea. It might not be exactly what you think it's going to be, but massage it, change it, put your stamp on it,
Mhm.
and make it work. Because it's all in the execution. It's never the idea. It's all in how it's executed.
Are you
Success-
telling me or asking
I'm
me?
telling.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me. I can't tell you crap. I'm suggesting that you agree with me.
He never has to ask questions.
I absolutely believe what you're saying is to be true. Now, I will caveat it with saying most people don't understand that. See, the world is made up of about 100% of human beings. And out of those 100% of human beings, there's about 4% that are what you call solution finders. The other 96% of humans are problem finders. And everybody knows how to see a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And what you're describing in this little thing, are, instead of you saying, oh, this sucks,
Right.
because you found all the problems, what's the way to make a solution?
Back in the beginning of time, I had some motivational signs made to put around the stores.
Yes.
And one of them was, don't find fault, find a remedy. And when the sign came back, remedy was spelled Remeday.
Yeah.
And the guy said, oh my gosh, I misspelled it. I'm sorry. I'll return with it. I said, leave it exactly the way it
It's
is.
perfect.
And I put it up on the wall, and people would come and say, oh, you misspelled remedy. And I said, you didn't read the sign. Don't tell me it's misspelled. Tell me how to spell it correctly. Don't find the fault, find the remedy. Exactly what you're saying.
It's amazing.
That's how things get done.
Great minds think alike.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 4 steps behind you.
Yeah, but speaking
No.
of great minds, I want to know how you two met.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh, we were probably doing a speech somewhere.
I think it was.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
You were, back then you used to do a bunch of stuff, and I always did a bunch of stuff. And
Yeah,
somewhere
community
we were
service,
along the
community
lines.
service work.
For how many years have you known each other?
25, 30.
I was gonna say, yeah, 30
Yeah.
probably.
Impressive.
Because I remember pitching you. I came into, I was a part owner of the ABA Nights
Oh, yeah.
when they came to town.
Yeah.
So it was probably in the 90s. And because the ABA Nights were here in the
Mm-hmm.
1-2 season, 3-4, somewhere early. And I came in with my partner, and we were pitching you to be a sponsor. And I introduced my partners. My
Mhm,
partner, this is Joe. Joe, this is Sam, right? And as we were walking out, he says, hey, mother, you're a 5% partner. You're not a partner. It is, right? Because I represent myself as a partner.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That was AB Night's a lot of fun,
You probably right at that moment you should have left.
probably.
But I'm curious too.
There's no need to tell anybody how much another partner owns.
Well, it was private.
Unless
It
you
was
think,
private.
unless you think you're important.
He was,
And there's nobody important in the world. We're all the same.
You're having trouble digesting that, aren't you?
I like to think we're a lot more similar than we are different, but we're not the same.
Yeah, well, we are. We're all human beings.
Yes, we are. We have
And
that
you
in
know,
common.
what changes us? Culture. People.
Right, right.
You know, people are creatures of culture.
Nature, nurture,
That's why
choices.
we're bad. And human beings are just all the same. It's a species.
That's true.
That's like saying all elephants are the same.
It's true. They're all
Physiologically
All
speaking.
dogs are the same.
all them. Shit,
I know good dogs and bad
They
dogs.
started from a
Wolf.
no, the other one out in Africa, hyena.
Okay.
Yeah, they all come from hyenas.
Hyenas really don't laugh.
Yeah,
They don't?
they laugh like hell. They laugh like hell.
Well,
You're not slowing down, are you?
Slowing down.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still work a 40-hour work week?
no, he probably works
16,
more.
I
70.
work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week.
That's it.
That's
That's
my
the
work
secret.
schedule. 25 hours.
He's
a day,
on
8
full
days a week.
throttle, David.
You are.
Yeah, if you call this work, I want more of it.
You know, people have always said, I worked an average of 60 hours a week from 22 to 60.
Yeah.
And people said, you're working way too hard. And I said, look, I could go to a movie in the afternoon.
Mhm.
I could go play golf. I can go play poker. I can
Mhm.
go do something. But if I choose to show up to my office, it's not work, it's recreation.
Uh-huh.
About 3 hours a week, I'm stuck doing something I don't want to do.
Okay.
But the rest of the time, it's recreation.
Yeah.
I love what I'm doing.
That's what I said. If you call this work, I want more of it.
That begs the question then, do you believe or subscribe to the philosophy that what you do professionally is something you should love, so therefore, like you said, you never work a day in your life?
It's I can tell you I haven't worked in at least, well, when I left 89 is when I left corporate America, and I loved what I did because I got my education there. So I love getting education. I love giving education. But I can say I haven't worked a day since I left. If you call it work, I want more of it. I get up every day. I'm excited. It's not like, oh God, I gotta go to work. Today I had to make 2 decisions that people would probably mull over and sweat over for weeks, maybe months at a time. I made it in about, I don't know, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. I didn't give myself a lot of time to do.
Do you
I
write
still have the paper in my car. I made
do
it on the
you-
phone
a
call.
list of positive, negatives, look at it? Or
Or do you trust your gut?
Gut. I always go with gut. Yeah, gut's the most important thing.
how many big mistakes have you made?
Lots.
See, one of my posters, it says, only spectators don't have a win-loss record.
Yeah.
If you're watching, you can't win or lose.
Mhm.
You have to make the decisions
Sure.
to win or lose,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Get out of the stands. I worked at Northwestern, and we had a head coach said, he ended up in his locker room and said, every team should have a coach on their staff that understands the idiosyncrasies of the offense, the defense, and the personnel. But unfortunately, we can't get him to put his hot dog down and come out of the stands,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody wants to second guess and be a Monday morning quarterback.
Sure.
It's so easy. Very few people live and die with the decisions they make without second thought and saying, that's the decision I made. I'm full throttle forward.
Yep.
Thank goodness we have people in the military who have to make those decisions
Mhm.
professionally, because we all live and die with their decisions.
Mhm.
But as a business owner, I don't think I've ever taken more than 7 minutes to make a big decision.
Okay.
So do you ever second guess your decisions, or are you like
Oh,
firmly
yeah.
committed?
Well, absolutely committed when I make them.
Right, but like
Right.
after you've made them, do you?
Well,
do
then
you-
if they're, well, here's the way it works. If you work with me, right, every
Mhm.
day, if the decision works, it's my fault. If the decision doesn't work, it's your fault,
Right.
right? It's easy to
Absolutely.
do that. That way you can make fun of it and make it light and not go, son of a bitch, I made a wrong decision.
Because if you
I made a wrong decision when I was 3. Since then, I've been perfect. And anybody who believes that is gullible.
No,
It's the least
sell 'em
I
a
can
bridge.
say.
Sell them a bridge.
Sell them a bridge. There you go.
See, here's the thing. If you get bogged down because you make too many bad decisions,
Mhm.
you stop making decisions.
Okay.
So it was her fault, right? I didn't make a bad decision. It was her fault. Bring the next decision
No,
to
the
me.
reason I do that is that's the number one thing people do.
Pass the
It's
bucket.
so much easier to blame someone else
Right.
when it's not right.
Okay, well, here's another question for you then.
Okay.
Clearly, you have a lot of experience, and you know a lot of people. You've done.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
You've done a lot of things. No, but I want to ask.
No,
I want
it's
to.
not the gray hair that gives him a lot of experience.
Right. That's distinguishing.
Would you
Right.
stay out of this? I'm having a private conversation.
I used to have the same color she has. And I'm looking at hers, I like it. I might
Yeah.
go back.
Okay, so
I might go back.
obviously you would make a fantastic mentor to somebody,
Uh,
but
I mentored hundreds of people.
But have you ever felt yourself, even
That's-
now, in a position where you need a mentor or an advisor?
Oh,
Stay out
absolutely.
of this.
Absolutely. I have mentors. The former president of McDonald's Corporation, Ed Renzi, I call him up every time I have something stupid to ask. One of the other people around here, the president of, Bayer Animal Health.
Right.
I probably shouldn't mention their names. I'm sorry, Ed. He'll be pissed if he ever saw that. But yeah, I have so many men, and I preach to young people get mentors. I tell them to go out and ask people to be my mentor. Why not? You know, I mean, if I'm ever going to do podcasts with these other people that want to do podcasts, I'm going to ask these guys.
What do I do?
Shit, they do it every day. Why would I
Right.
ask them? That'd be stupid not to.
You know, I got a illustration up on the wall, and it's me cutting a swath path all on my own, going through a
Mhm.
swamp.
Mhm.
20 yards off to the right is a railroad track. 20 yards off to the left is a superhighway.
Mhm.
Why do you think you have to be a pathfinder and figure it out all by yourself? Pick your head up, take off the blinders. Someone else has done it before. Someone else has done it better. Just ask and find the mentor
Yeah,
and copy what he's doing.
true.
Tweak a little bit, put your own personality in it, but nobody is going to reinvent the wheel.
Mhm.
Buy a
Right.
wheel.
You know, I'm having fun right now because I'm reinventing products.
Okay.
So all the products that I make are edible. So you could eat it, we could eat them right here, but they're made for animals.
Huh.
Right?
The hemp,
No, we're going to use that one day when Kansas gets their head out of their ass
right?
and makes hemp legal. But until then, we're using these products. They're all natural. So if you put them on, like I have a lotion that kills COVID contact, just kills it. Boop.
Oh.
It's FDA approved, it's EPA approved, scientifically backed, supported, laboratory backed. It just kills it. And I have a spray you put on your face. You women would love it. Ladies love it. Men love it now. But you spray it on your face, it reduces wrinkles by 50%.
So where are
It's
these
all
products?
natural.
Where can I get some?
And you feed these pellets to a horse, they won't have a fly on them. No flies will go on them after 15 days of eating it. You feed it to our wildlife.
There's a fly in here.
Yeah,
I need some of
saw
that
a little
stuff.
bastard. I was saying I should have my spray. But you feed it to wildlife, no ticks, flies, or biting insects will go on them.
And why do I not find this on the shelves?
It's on, well, as of this week, last Friday, Tractor Supply has now put it on our mail order and are taking us to the next level to put them in all their stores. Valley Vet's been selling it for about 3 years. Part of the issue is we started this right after we had to close because the state made us close our hemp academy because we couldn't have students close and together. So I had to close the hemp academy. By closing the hemp academy, I said, damn, what are we going to do? So we had all this great knowledge. So we made these products that are chemical free. They're all natural. You can put it on a baby. A baby could eat it, not going to get sick. They won't get colds. They won't get flus. They won't get, I mean, it's amazing stuff. And like I said, it's FDA approved, Federally Drug Administrative approved, EPA approved. Okay. So nobody can argue it. Here's the issue we have. When we put it on Amazon initially, it kept getting taken off. And we didn't know why. Why do they keep taking it off? Well, we found out that big pharma, people making chemicals, didn't like it. They're spending a lot of money on marketing and advertising. We weren't spending a dime.
Joe,
So these
where can I
natural
find this
products,
stuff?
they don't want to get out.
Where can I find it?
Yeah, I want some.
Trust Think products.
Say it into the camera.
Oh, Trust Think products.
Trust Think. Products.
Because
Products.
long term,
Is that
all
.com?
our product. If you can't eat any product of Trust Think, we're not going to put it on Trust Think product.
How many different products are there?
Oh, right now there's probably 30.
And
For
it's all
dogs, cats, horses, animals, wildlife,
but
every
you're
kind of
saying it
animal.
works for us.
Humans.
Right.
There's tick product. You spray it on, ticks won't bite you. You'll never get a tick bite again.
Great for campers and people who work outside.
Everybody, campers, guys that work outside, hunters, farmers.
Right.
I'm still
Yeah.
hung up on the wrinkle thing.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up.
I've never seen a horse with wrinkles.
Gals love it. And by the way, we have a letter from the FDA stating that it reduces wrinkles by 50%.
And that's
Now, see, if I gave that to David, he could take that tomorrow and make that worldwide because he's a guy who can get on TV like who's a pillow guy,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Mike.
Remember, this guy used to sell carpets like that with parrots and
yeah.
Thank
and
you.
Mike sells pillows like that. And this product is a product
wait,
that he can
wait.
get on and go, ha, ladies,
Wait a second.
no wrinkles.
Tell me, who
See?
came up with the Goodcents jingle?
Which one?
How many are
The
there?
penny, the nickel, the
Yeah.
dime, the quarter, the penny, the nickel. Dime,
Was
the
that you?
quarter.
No.
Yeah. No, we just had some, during COVID, we had an opportunity to have a lot of people in Nashville write jingles for us.
Right.
The writers that write for the big people,
Right.
the big names here. And again,
The
this is a
$100,000
podcast, I
ads.
shouldn't put I won't say their names.
Right.
Because it's not fair to them,
But they did it cheap for you.
Well, these people, they didn't do it cheap. They did it because they needed income to feed their families. So they did them. And we got some really good ones, just really good ones. But I had a franchisee, she had about 9 restaurants, and she came to me and said, I wrote a jingle. And I said, oh, really? And she read
Real
it to me.
guys.
She read it to me. When she read it to me, I said, oh my God, that's unbelievable. And I memorized it.
Go ahead.
Oh, pick up a 2-pack of pasta for you and your spouse. Get a 4-pack or 6-pack if you got a full house. We'll pack it up fast and send you on your way. So come to Mr. Goodcents, get some pasta today. We'll make it with meatballs or sausage if you please. We'll pack it up fresh, fixing dinner's a breeze. So come to Mr. Goodcents and visit our store or give us a call and we'll bring it to your door.
That's awesome.
I read it once and heard it once
You
and
memorize it.
memorized it.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's powerful.
Well, I know. I wish I could do it again.
If we had enough time.
Over and over and over again.
Harmonize with yourself. I once did a TV commercial where I was a big giant and I was holding a mini me in my hand,
Mm.
and we sang a song together. Bigger, better, best. Never let her rest. You're bigger is your better, and your better is your best. And this guy was going bigger, better, best. Never let her rest. The bigger is your better, and the better. I harmonized with myself first take.
Oh,
I was amazed because I can't sing with the damn.
no, it's okay.
That's
We all think we can.
Nah, not even the shower. You wake up every morning. You can't wait to
Thank
get to work.
God. Thank
How
you,
many
God.
offices do you have?
When you say I have a space that's an office.
At home and at Mr. Goodcents? See, I see you like one of the sharks on TV, like Cuban or one of the other guys. Give me that idea. Give me an opportunity to wrestle with it for a while and make you a lot of money doing it.
Yeah,
You see yourself the same way?
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have people come to you with ideas?
Oh, every day,
I'm gonna start thinking, man.
every day. I spent this morning. I was out in Fort Scott this morning with country kids. Man, the ideas they have are great. Knock your socks off.
Can you
It's gonna
do?
be fun.
Do you partner with them? Do you finance them?
No, I
Do
just
you
help
just
them.
guide them?
I just help.
Are you still investing? Because I've lost money almost every time I invested in something I didn't have
That's
control of.
correct. I do too.
Right.
I saw a great idea
Mhm.
today that reminds me of you. Somebody
Mhm.
mentioned it on Facebook. You know how, like, for kids, they have the ice cream truck that comes around the neighborhood. Why can't they just
That
have
was
food?
one of my first businesses, Jolly Joe's Ice Cream.
Well, good enough.
I've always said if I can find the right young person to run that company, I'll rebirth it, and I can teach them to be an ice cream man. There's a way to do it, and I was taught by professionals on the East Coast.
Right.
How the people who created good humor ice cream, trained me.
Well,
And then later on, I used to pull my van up to their truck so they couldn't open their door and get in to get ice cream. They said, "You can't do that." I said, "Public street, I can do anything I want."
But okay, so take this concept of an ice
They were
cream.
Guerrilla marketing.
They were
Right.
competitors.
Right.
Take this concept of an ice cream truck for kids and elevate it, because sometimes a lot of us work at home now and we get hungry. Why can't they do where food trucks drive around neighborhoods like that with the bell ringing
They
and
can.
the top?
They
Well, why
do.
isn't anybody doing that?
They do.
Where?
It's intercity, city.
Oh,
downtown.
okay. Well, I mean, actually drive it. Okay, bring them
Yeah.
out to the suburbs.
But
But
outside.
they
Hold
go
on,
where
hold on.
masses of people
Right. Ed, I drive up and down your street. I might pick up one or two customers, maybe.
Okay, I get that.
I drive to an office building where there's 800 people working in the building. I drive but down that street, I might sell 14 sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's just economics.
But I get that. But it
But
might
see,
be something that gains in
the secret
popularity.
to an ice cream man is that's what they do. They all think they drive up and down the street, and you absolutely don't do that.
No, you have to have a route. It's like a
And not only a
where you-
route, you have to have specific places to stop.
specific time, so they count on
And
you.
those spots, when you stop, they know how long they have to get to your truck.
Right. It's got to be more than 90 seconds.
I can tell you exactly what it is, but I won't because this is on TV. And somebody
Right.
might say, no, I don't care about ideas.
But I see it as, route delivery trucks. Every Monday morning, I'm here, Monday late morning,
Mhm.
Tuesday, right? And just have a route. And
Sure.
if something's not working, find something else, but easy to get to and from. Consistency. And the consistency is very, very big in success. Just don't use the word success. In the ongoing continuation of a profitable business.
Okay.
So is there anything that I should be asking you?
No, I'm here for you to ask me anything you want.
Well, I know, but
So now you want me to tell you what to ask me?
yeah, you know all the questions. You know all the answers. I just don't know
I don't
the
know
questions.
all the answers.
Well,
I'm
all the
waiting for you to
answers I
ask me a
could possibly.
question I can't answer.
Really? Let me think
Yeah,
of
give me a
something.
challenge.
All right. How long
I'm not a sports guy.
where do
So
you
if you want
travel
to
to?
win,
Where do you travel to?
I all over the world.
Are you originally from here, this area?
No, I
No.
grew up in the East Coast,
Oh, okay.
but I'm 40 years, almost 40 years. in
I tell
Kansas.
people, they ask me if I grew up in Kansas City.
Mhm.
I said, yeah, I moved here when I was 30, and that's when I started to grow up.
That's a good answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Will you ever slow down?
What do you mean?
Not enjoy getting out of bed every morning?
Well, I hope not.
Okay. Very supportive at home.
When you say very supportive.
There's dinner on the table when you finally get home.
Oh, no, we're empty nesters.
All right.
It's whatever I want, whatever she wants.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't live the life of, if you don't have to have food on the
All right.
table.
Do you have a summer home?
We all got rid of all our summer homes.
You had a hunting lodge for a while.
I still have a hunting lodge.
Okay.
In 15 years, my wife's been there 3 times. Perfect.
Yeah. That's why you got it in the first place.
She's happy. She doesn't like bugs and snakes, and
Right.
I go catch snakes and bugs, and I'm happy.
Hunt,
Perfect.
fish. What else do you do for recreation?
I golf, hunt, fish, golly, travel.
Is there anything you want to do that you haven't done yet?
Not really. I have bucket list for certain types of fish. I finally caught in Costa Rica about 2 months ago a rooster fish, and that was on my bucket list. Took me 4 years to finally catch one.
Are those really small?
No. Rooster fish can get like 80 pounds, but they're supposedly the strongest per pound fish in the ocean. And when I caught it on a sea rod, I was holding that rod, and there's no way you can't reel it because he's just going, ooh, and he's all the way over, we'll say Quivira,
That's
and you're like, and finally you get to start reeling, and then it's like,
how's your back?
perfect.
No, after that, your back's got to hurt. Forearms killing you.
No.
Really?
No,
How big
it's
was it?
technique. It's technique. Everything there is technique. I bring people all the time. They get on that boat and they get so excited and they start sweating and they can't function. And it's like, do you want me to get in the chair? Yeah, please. You get in it. It's just easy.
So if God willing, you're here till 100, are you still going to be doing all that you're doing?
I sure as hell hope so. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Age is a number.
Well, that's
Nothing
true.
more than that.
I don't see me slowing down till I slow down. I'm not going to think about slowing down. That's for
No.
sure.
Yeah, my grandma lived almost 108. And she said she'd sleep when she dies.
My mother's sister turns 100 in July, so we're going out to hopefully her big party and rah rah. And my
You got
brothers-
kids?
Yeah.
Are any of them involved in any of your businesses?
No, they've been fired 3 times from all of them, and now they have their own things to do. And my biggest lesson this year in life, which is really interesting, and I should say this to every single adult parent out there that has adult kids. They're adults. Let them be adults. Your job's not to be a parent anymore. Your job's to let them be adults.
So does that
Go
mean
live your friggin' life, because if you don't, they will hound you to death. You'll die young. Tell them to buzz off, get a life, and I'm enjoying mine while you go enjoy
Most
yours.
of my coaching to my children today is, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And
Uh-huh.
unless they're asking for advice, I'm not giving it anymore. You'll figure it out.
It's a good one. That's really good. Yeah, this year, that's my goal this year. That and I took Warren Buffett's advice. No.
No?
no?
That word no has been so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Oh, that's a difficult one for me to say to my kids.
Oh, to kids, it's almost impossible, especially for mommies.
Exactly.
Mommies, whew, my God.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming on. And I think you should write a book.
Really?
Really.
Yeah.
By the way, Anne is a ghostwriter. She's
See,
a
you
published.
can't spell remedy. I can't spell pickle.
She
How am I
doesn't,
gonna write a book?
she listens to your stories.
Yeah.
This book that I'm giving you, Wartime Retail, was written by Ann,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's my
Through
stories,
his voice.
my
Oh.
voice.
Oh, yeah, here, David.
And so
Hi,
what I'm
David.
telling you is she captured my voice and my stories.
Oh,
And if you want a legacy to put aside on the coffee table of what you've gone through, all the trials, tribulations, the ladders you've climbed, and some of the ladders weren't up against the right wall.
There you
Mhm.
go.
So you fall short. Some of the ladders, you got to the top too fast. So you have to reinvent.
I was on my bike yesterday riding, and I fell for the first time because I went down a hill and I was
Fast.
trying to go over rocks, and I'm on this bike, and I'm like, God, and all of a sudden it's like a rock as big as that table. I said, oh yeah, I gotta go over you. No, I didn't.
Oh
Boom,
no.
And-
boom.
Oh no, I went this way.
All right.
And when I hit the ground, my head went gunk on a rock, but I had a helmet on. And I sat there and I just started laughing, saying I would never wear a helmet my whole life. And I started wearing a helmet about a year ago riding my bike. And if I didn't wear the helmet, I probably would still be in that ditch because it was in the
Well,
middle of
you
the
certainly
woods.
wouldn't be here.
No,
No.
it'd be in the middle of the woods. And I just laughed my ass off. I got up. That's the only cut I had. There's no broken bones. And I literally, if I showed you where I fell, you'd say, no way you walked away. Because it was nothing but big rocks in a construction site. And I, like a dummy, tried to do
Every prayer I say to God starts with, thank you for my blessings.
Yes.
And that is, when you hit that ground and open your eyes, you're going to say, thank you for my blessings.
Oh, I just looked up and started
Yeah.
laughing my ass off.
So how's
And
the
then, of
bike?
course, I did what everybody else does, get up and look around. Anybody see that?
Yeah. Anybody
But I was in the woods,
Right.
so nobody saw. Maybe some deer or something.
Wait.
Is his bike okay?
I think it was fine. Well, there's a loose wire because it kept going.
Here's the question. Was there any noise when you fell?
I have no idea.
Right.
It's like a tree.
Nobody hears the tree
No.
fall in the forest, right?
No. Well, we don't know.
We
Nobody
don't know.
does. We don't know.
Don't know.
Nobody knows what happens when you die.
You know, I've always said, when they figure out what happens when you die,
Yeah.
religion takes a big hit.
I don't know.
Well, religion was
Positively,
created.
maybe. Positively.
Religion might have been created.
And, yeah, but it could be positive hit. Find out you might be pissed off. Why didn't you take me a long time ago? Shit, you put me
Right.
through all that
No.
shit. Right? Should you go to another place and get to do stuff there? Thank you. Thanks for having me. So nice.
What the heck?
Sorry, but, very insightful, fun, very stimulating, very motivative.
All right, motivating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Good luck.
Anytime you can
Good luck.
reach out and help someone else be the best they can be the best you.
Mhm.
I think that's our obligation and our gift,
Good.
is to help other people be the best they can be.
That's why I'm reaching out. Hopefully, you'll be the best you can be with this.
Oh, by the way, can we give away some Mr. Goodcents sandwiches
Yeah, well, you want.
to our listener, large
Oh, yeah,
listening
if you
pool?
get, yeah, if you get listeners, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have you get with
Right now we're up to 3, but when we
Yeah, I know.
but when we get some listeners, we can give away some Mr.
Yeah,
Goodcents.
yeah, if you get, yeah. You know, when you start doing this stuff, I've spent a lot of time with people doing what you're doing, and you know, this is not an easy hill; it's an uphill, and you know, talks are good, but I think the one we want to do is more all good.
Good news only.
Yeah, only good.
I think if there was a news station out there that was doing good news only,
Yep.
a third of America would tune in, left, right, or indifferent.
That's what
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
do on a. That's what I want to do on a podcast.
Right.
Good news only.
Only good. Yep. If somebody brings up something, nope, we don't talk about that.
Right.
You want to hear that? Go to CNN, go to Fox, go to
Right.
ABC, NBC, go
No
where you want.
sensationalized, no make-up
No,
stories.
You want good stuff right here. And what you hear here is real. It's
Right.
just like our natural product. It helps.
What was that website again for that?
Trust Think Products. Trust Think. It's the worst name we ever came up with.
Trust. Why is it the worst name?
Because
Nobody remembers it. I just
remembers
asked you.
So-
Is it .com?
No, well, yeah, it's Trusting Products. If you type in Trusting Products,
Um,
it'll come up and you'll see the
by the
website,
way,
all the craziness.
if you do some research, it's not too late to change the name and rebrand yourself because there is no traction yet. You might want to consider, before we get real moving along on this thing, let's change the name so it has the marketing ability to take it for the long run.
Okay, now go down the road.
Okay.
Okay. If Google came out, who knew what Google was? No, it's a household name.
Yeah. And same with Apple. Same with Coke. Same with everything.
Perfect.
Same with McDonald's.
Perfect.
But
The problem we have two words, trust and think. See? But if you can learn to trust, think products, you think that all the way through. Down the road, when you're in CVS, you're going to go you're going to go to the manager and say, do you have trust, think products?
Right.
Because you don't put chemicals in your body. So that's my goal.
so how are
Have
you
fun.
going to promote it?
We're promoting the hell out of it now.
I want some. Do you have the product to ship? Do you have some product to ship?
My number one thing before I do anything is scale your product.
All right.
Don't find a good thing and sell it. Find a good thing, scale it, then sell it. It's
Right.
taken 2 years to scale it.
By the way, that has as much to do with your success that you did not share in all this other success stories is build the platform before you promote the platform.
Correct. That's why I said business plan.
Right.
Number one thing people don't do is a business plan. And most people do it here,
Write it
and
down.
they never do it here.
Yeah.
So that's-
Mr. Joe Bisogno,
oh, yeah.
Mr. Goodcents,
Mr.
and
Big Boss.
probably 50 other businesses. One of the great entrepreneurs of our generation, especially here in Kansas City, has graciously been our guest, and we wish you many more years of
The same,
the same.
same back. The same back.
It's great to meet you.
You too, my pleasure.
What's up, Big Bob?
What's up? And
Hey, Joe, you gotta say what's up, Joe.
Goodbye, podcast fans.
Thanks, sir. I'm Big Bob.
I'm Ann.
What's up?